Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to do something different. We're going to count down the top 10 best superpowers, and these aren't just random powers taken from various comic books. No, we've analyzed the most common superpowers out there and ranked them based on their effectiveness, versatility, and overall awesomeness. Let's get started. Number 10. Mind control. This one might seem like it should be higher on the list, but it's actually pretty situational. You see, while being able to control other people's minds would certainly come in handy in many situations, the fact that even Superman can resist it with sheer willpower is a major drawback. Plus, most people aren't exactly going to respond well to having their minds messed with, no matter how good your intentions are. But if you want to take it to the next level, why not try controlling entire armies or nations with the right setup? With a little preparation, you could be running the world in no time. Number 9. Immortality. Immortality is a superpower that many of us dream of having. Who wouldn't want to live forever? Well, as it turns out, quite a few people. Immortality can be a bit of a curse, especially if you're stuck on this rock called Earth. Over the years, you'll witness countless wars, disasters, and tragedies, which could take a toll on your mental health. Plus, eventually, everyone you ever cared about will die, leaving you truly alone in the universe. However, if you don't mind the whole loneliness thing and can stomach the sight of all those loved ones dying over the years, then hey, immortality is pretty great. Number 8. Healing factor. This one's pretty awesome, but not without its downsides. Being able to heal from any injury in a matter of seconds sounds like a dream come true, but what happens when you have to deal with an illness or a degenerative disease? Your healing factor won't do much in that case. And let's not forget that with great power comes great responsibility. You're probably going to be in high demand as a healer, which means you're going to have to turn down some pretty important events in your life in order to stay true to yourself. But hey, at least you'll never have to worry about getting old. Number 7. Shape-shifting. This power is incredibly versatile and could be used for so many different things. Imagine being able to sneak into places you're not supposed to go by turning into a small animal, or being able to escape dangerous situations by transforming into a bird and flying away. The possibilities are really endless here. However, shape-shifting isn't all fun and games. It can be a bit tricky to maintain your human form when you're constantly shifting into other creatures. And then, there's the risk of losing control and turning into something you don't want to be. I mean, who wants to end up as a frog? No. 6. Teleportation. Teleportation. The idea of being able to travel anywhere in the world instantly is pretty exciting. No more traffic jams or long flights. You can just snap your fingers and poof, you're there. However, teleportation has its drawbacks. For starters, you're going to need a lot of energy to make this work. And then there's the risk of ending up in a place you don't want to be, like in the middle of a war zone or, inside a volcano. And let's not forget the time you might spend waiting for the teleportation to recharge after you accidentally poof out of existence and reappear in the middle of a crowded street. Oh boy, no. 5. Time manipulation. Now this one's a doozy. The ability to manipulate time is incredibly powerful. You could save the world from impending disaster or undo mistakes you've made in the past. But then there's the butterfly effect to consider. Every time you change something in the past, you're creating new ripples in the space-time continuum that could lead to unforeseen consequences in the future. It's a lot of pressure. Plus, trying to explain to people that you're from the future can be a real pain. I mean, they're not going to believe you. And then, you'll have to deal with the authorities trying to lock you up for being a crazy time traveler. Not worth it. Number 4. Elemental control. This power is pretty straightforward. If you can control the elements, you basically have a leg up on just about anyone. You can summon lightning, create earthquakes, extinguish fires, and manipulate the weather to your heart's content. But wait, there's more. You can also use your powers to help others. Think about it. You could save lives by putting out fires or preventing hurricanes from hitting populated areas. So not only are you incredibly powerful, but you're also a force for good. And hey, if you ever need to put some bang in your Bacchus, you can always whip up a nice little tornado. Just saying. No 3. Invisibility. Okay, hear me out on this one. Invisibility seems like it would be a pretty boring superpower, but it's actually incredibly useful. Imagine being able to sneak around and spy on people or being able to hide from danger. Plus, it's a great way to get some peace and quiet when you need it. You can just turn invisible and disappear into the ether. The only downside is that you're going to have to deal with some pretty awkward situations when people can't see you. Like, do you still cast a shadow? And what happens if you walk through a wall? Does that hurt? Also, does anyone else think it's kind of rude to sneak around and spy on people when they don't know you're there? Like, come on, be invisible. All you want, but do it respectfully. Number 2, matter manipulation. Now this one's a real game changer. If you can manipulate matter at a molecular level, you can literally create anything you want. You could build entire cities out of thin air, or transform ordinary objects into something extraordinary. Plus, you could use your powers for some pretty evil stuff too, like turning people into jelly or making their worst fears come to life. However, manipulating matter is not without its challenges. For starters, you're going to need a lot of energy to make this work. And then there's the risk of creating something that you can't control. I mean, do you really want to unleash a horde of sentient toaster ovens on an unsuspecting public? Probably not. Number 1, reality warping. The ability to warp reality is the ultimate superpower. You can create new universes, manipulate existing ones, and bend the laws of physics to your will. And you can do all of this with just your mind. That's right. You don't need any fancy gadgets or magical artifacts. All you need is a powerful imagination and a clear vision of what you want to create. However, warping reality is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of responsibility to have the power to change the fabric of existence. And it can be dangerous too. If you're not careful, you could create a ripple effect that alters the course of history or even destroys the universe. But hey, if you can handle the power, there's nothing stopping you from creating your own perfect world where everyone wears comfortable shoes and all the coffee is free. And there you have it, folks, our top 10 list of the best superpowers. Which one do you think is the most powerful? Do you agree with our rankings? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing videos like this one. Until next time, stay nerdy.